Russian astronaut on the ISS sees 5 UFOs in all new footage by Joe Martino. The facts: a Russian astronaut stationed on the ISS claims to have seen 5 UFOs in his video footage. The objects lasted in frame for about 52 seconds. Are we seeing greater news coverage of this type of story in mainstream media due to a greater public acceptance of the topic? I'm not sure this story would have been so widely covered if it had happened 3 or 4 years ago, but given the rise in public awareness around UFOs, Russian cosmonaut Ivan Vagner's footage of what appears to be 5 lights flying in unison was met with mainstream media curiosity. Vagner referred to the lights as space guests, or how I filmed the new time-lapse, and you will see something else, not only the aurora. He made these statements in a tweet showcasing footage of a breathtaking time-lapse of aurora australis over the Earth taken from the International Space Station, ISS, where he is stationed. Vagner does admit that these are only potentially UFOs, as he writes in a follow-up tweet, at 9 to 12 seconds, 5 objects appear flying alongside with the same distance. Vagner wrote in a follow-up tweet, "What do you think those are? Meteors, satellites, or what?" In the footage, which you can see below, we see the aurora australis passing near Antarctica and Australia. At around the 9-second mark, you see what looks like 5 lights flying in unison coming up from the Earth horizon. The video you see below was shot in a time-lapse, therefore the brief images of the 5 objects you see coming up over the horizon lasted for about 52 seconds. The peak of aurora borealis, when passing over the Antarctic in Australia's longitude, meaning in between them. However, in the video, you will see something else, not only the aurora. This is not the first time misrelated footage of what appear to be UFOs has been brought to public awareness. Although in previous incidents, the mainstream media was less interested in reporting on it. Perhaps due to the general lack of public acceptance, we wrote back in 2015 and 2016 about 2 separate occurrences where NASA cut live video feeds of the ISS following what appeared to be strange phenomenon caught on tape. Both incidents are linked above, and while neither can be proven as being an actual craft, it is interesting to note that live feed footage was cut on both occasions. There is abundant evidence that we are being contacted, that civilizations have been visiting us for a very long time, that their appearance is bizarre from any kind of traditional materialistic Western point of view, that these visitors use the technologies of consciousness, they use toroids, they use co-rotating magnetic disks for their propulsion systems. That seems to be a common denominator of the UFO phenomenon. Dr. Brian O'Leary, former NASA astronaut and Princeton physics professor, says, "The takeaway is that it is no secret that UFOs have become a much more widely accepted topic in recent years. This is primarily due to widespread mainstream media coverage of recent U.S. Navy footage that was released and confirmed to be UFO in nature. This essentially means they do not know what these flying objects are. The next plausible question is who is manning these craft. For those interested in exploring this topic further, it's important to note that the evidence available in the realm of the UFO, Eastern Time uncontactee phenomenon is extremely vast. It's not a fringe topic where cheap evidence is brought forth in the form of grainy images or videos online. It's a realm where high-ranking military, government personnel, astronauts and more high-profile figures have personally blown the whistle to share evidence with the public that Western governments refuse to share at this time. We've covered this topic in great detail over the last 11 years, and you can find tons of information going through our archives or by watching our coverage on CETV.